Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Wednesday, January the 22nd. We got a 9-game slate for Wednesday, so relatively big slate, guys. I do have 3 early plays that I like for tonight's slate, taking a first look at the board on Tuesday night. We've got props up for 5 of the 9 games today, so there's a good amount of props up already. And again, I found 3 early plays. We're going to break these plays down. We're going to share why I like them. Now, before we do get started, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they help you out, make sure to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, be sure to sign up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup. You'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. Cool promo Prizepicks is doing. Again, that's available for all new users when you sign up and use code NOAH. And I do also want to shout out Sleeper because we do have a partnership with Sleeper as well. You guys can sign up for Sleeper. Use promo code NOAH over there and take advantage of their new user offer. Play $5, get $55. Cool promo that Sleeper is doing. Really simple and self-explanatory. You sign up, you use code NOAH, make a deposit. You don't have to put in a bunch of money. You can just put in $10, which is the minimum on Sleeper. You play a $5 lineup, you get $55 worth of free lineups added to your account that you can then use to play, build a bankroll up, with off those free lineups. So really cool promo Sleeper's doing that, gives you access to potentially an easy way to kind of build your bankroll, getting you $55 worth of free lineups. All you have to do again is sign up, make a deposit, and use that code NOAH. And like I said, you don't have to deposit a bunch of money. So feel free to just put in $10. If you lose that, those $10, you still have got $55 of free lineups that you can use to play and hopefully win some money off of. So if you guys have ever wanted to check out Sleeper, I recommend doing so while this promo is available. And again, you get access to this when you sign up and use code NOAH. But we got some plays to talk about, guys, for this Wednesday slate. Now, I do want to recap our plays from Tuesday. So we gave out 2 picks on Tuesday. One of the plays hit sweat-free. Julian Strother over 8.5 points, cashed in the first half. Strother, I want to say, went 3 for 3 from 3 in the first half, so he had 9 points. Wound up getting extended minutes because the game was a blowout. Pretty much everything that I said kind of came to fruition. We talked about how that Denver game had a lot of blowout potential. Strother would get extended minutes if the game blew out. The game wound up blowing out. He played 26 minutes, had 23 points. Should have definitely looked at like alt lines on Strother. I can't bet sportsbook plays, but man, I wonder how much you could have, I wonder what the odds would have been on Strother for 20 points. You probably could have got some really good odds on those. And obviously, if the game wound up playing to the spread like it did, there was a chance that Strother would get big minutes, and that's kind of how it came out. But we hit the Strother play, but it didn't matter because Cole Anthony was a DNP. He got ruled out with an illness, got downgraded to questionable, and then didn't wind up playing. So the 2-pick play that we posted, for Prizepicks just wound up being a refund. But I guess if you do plays on sportsbooks and you took Strother on a sportsbook, that at least hit for you. But yeah, the Prizepicks play was just a refund because Cole Anthony didn't play. So we'll get back out of here. 3 plays for Wednesday, guys. Let's see if we can go 3-0 on these 3 picks. So the first prop that I'm liking for Wednesday is going to be a points prop on Onyeka Okongwu, and we're going to take him for more than 12.5 points. So Onyeka Okongwu's been playing really, really well lately. You can see he's been scoring a bunch. He's been rebounding a ton as well. And the Hawks made a change to their starting lineup last game. They actually started Onyeka Okongwu over Clint Capella. I'm assuming that's because Okongwu's just been playing so well. And really, Okongwu, he's outplayed Capella pretty much all season. Okongwu should have been starting from the beginning. I'm assuming that change to the starting lineup last game was permanent, and I'm assuming Okongwu's going to continue to start moving forward. So with Okongwu now in the starting lineup, we can project him for a few extra minutes. Now, Clint Capella is still going to get minutes, so it's not like Okongwu's just going to go out there and play 36 minutes. They're just not going to play him that much. But he should probably play 28 to 29 minutes, and I think he's got upside for 30 to 31 minutes if maybe Capella really struggles or gets in foul trouble or something. Last game, Okongwu did play 28.5 minutes. He was on pace. I want to say he was on pace to play that the whole game. He did have 4 fouls, but I don't think he was in foul trouble or anything. I think those fouls kind of came late in the game. So I'm expecting Okongwu to play about 26 to 28 minutes again, assuming he's in the starting lineup. And if you look at games this season where Okongwu has played at least 25 minutes, he's played at least 25 minutes in 12 games this season. He's gone over this points prop in 9 out of those 12 games. Typically, when Okongwu gets 25, 26, 27 minutes, you can bet on him scoring 13 points. He's a player that can score when he's on the floor. He's a guy that will take shots. Not only can he be aggressive and score around the rim, but he can also shoot some threes as well. He will take some threes. So he's kind of a guy that can score from everywhere. And this matchup against the Pistons should be an okay one. The Pistons this year defensively have definitely been a lot better, but they are still top 10 in points allowed to centers this season for what it's worth. So I don't think the matchup's like terrible here for Okongwu. I love seeing him back in the starting lineup now. I shouldn't say back in the starting lineup because he's really never been a starter, but I like seeing him in the starting lineup now because I think that does boost his minutes upside. Not only should he have a safer floor for minutes, but he should also have a bigger minute ceiling. He's been playing really well lately over this points prop in all of his last 4 games. I think the matchup here against Detroit's an okay one. If we're going to get like 28 minutes again from Okongwu, I like him for more than 12.5 points. That'll be the first prop we roll with for Wednesday. Next prop we're going to look at is going to be a PRA prop, and we're going to take Daniel Gafford for less than 24.5 PRA. So Daniel Gafford has had some really big games lately, but it is worth noting these games have been without Derek Lively. Now, Derek Lively is questionable for today, so we don't know yet if Derek Lively is going to play. I'm actually surprised that Prizepicks and the DFS apps are even putting up props on Gafford because I think Gafford's obviously his projection change wildly depending on if Lively's in or out. I'm assuming that if Derek Lively plays today, that he will be back in the starting lineup. Maybe they continue to start Gafford because he's had some big games, but I would assume if Lively's back, he's gonna start because Lively's started when he's been healthy. Obviously, Gafford has a big upside when he gets big minutes, but if you look at the games he's had big games, like these were some really good matchups. The Pelicans have been bad against centers all season. The Pelicans give up a ton of points in the paint. That's perfect for Gafford, who, Gafford relies on putbacks, scoring around the rim, dunks. That's where he gets his production, and obviously the Pelicans really struggle, and they give up a lot of that stuff. Same goes for the Hornets. The Hornets have really never been a great rebounding team. They'll give up points in the paint, and obviously Gafford had a huge game against Charlotte. But he struggled against OKC. His minutes were cut down in that game, and Gafford's minutes are never really secure because Dallas, they're a team that can play small. They'll play PJ Washington at the 5. They can play Maxi Kleber at the 5. Like, they've got a lot of guys that they can play over Gafford. So I don't think Gafford's just guaranteed to play 30 plus minutes here, even if Derek Lively's out. And if we do look at Gafford's game log this season without Derek Lively, so he's played I believe 11. Yeah, he's played 11 games without Derek Lively this season. He's only played 30 plus minutes in 3 of those 11 games, and he's had some games where he only got 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 23, 24. I think if Derek Lively's out again, we can project Gafford for probably 24 to 28 minutes. And I think if Derek Lively plays, Gafford's minutes projection goes down to 20 to 24. So I like this under regardless. It's a really bad matchup too for Gafford going up against Minnesota. Minnesota's a great defensive team. They're a great rim protecting team because of Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is obviously a tough center to score on, especially guys like Gafford who rely on putbacks and dunks. Gobert's just not a guy that really gives up a lot of that stuff. This Minnesota team, if you look at where they rank and when it comes to rebounds allowed to centers, they're giving up the 5th fewest rebounds to centers. They are, I want to say, relatively good at limiting points to centers as well. Gafford has already faced Minnesota twice this season. One game, he only played 13 minutes and had 0 stats. He had 0 points and 0 rebounds, 0 assists in 13 minutes. And then another game, he had 14 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist in 21 minutes. Like I said, we don't know yet if Derek Lively is going to play today. Even if he does play, I think this under on Gafford still looks pretty solid, especially given how bad this matchup is. And if Derek Lively, if Derek Lively does play, then I really like this under on Gafford. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can catch this here. Again, it's a tough matchup. Even if Gafford gets 30 plus minutes, he's not guaranteed to go over this PRA line. You look at the games he's played without Lively this season. Obviously, he went over in all the games where he played 30 minutes, but he's played 11 games total. He's still gone under this line in 6 out of the 11 games he's played without Lively. And the games he's gone over were against Chicago, Denver, Portland, New Orleans, and Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte's a great matchup. New Orleans is a great matchup. Portland's a pretty good matchup. Chicago's a great matchup. Like he's had really big games in soft matchups. So I think this is definitely a good spot to kind of sell high on Gafford after a really big game. I definitely like this under a lot. And obviously this under is going to look even better if Derek Lively comes back and plays this game. Lively, questionable for today. We'll see if he plays. But then the third and final prop that I do like for Wednesday is going to be a prop on Nick Smith Jr. So Nick Smith Jr.'s had a bigger role lately for the Hornets. We're going to take Nick Smith Jr. for more than 10.5 points. He's had a bigger role lately the last few games without Brandon Miller. He's actually started the last 2 games without Brandon Miller, and he's played relatively good minutes. He played 26 minutes against Chicago, played 30 minutes against Dallas. In those games, he had 15 points and 19 points. He's been getting up a lot of shots as well, which is good to see. It's not like he's just been shooting super efficiently. It's not like he's just been going out there and shooting like 5 for 6 or 6 for 8. Like he's actually had 12 and 13 shot attempts in these 2 games with 7 and 8 3-point attempts. A lot of Nick Smith Jr.'s scoring is going to come from 3-point attempts. He's going to be playing a lot of off ball. Like he's not really going to have the ball in his hands a ton because obviously when LaMelo ball's on the floor, LaMelo's going to be the primary ball handler. But Nick Smith Jr. is a guy that can play off ball, can knock down shots when he gets opportunity. And this is a really good matchup going up against Memphis, who have been a major 3-point funnel this season. The Grizzlies will give up a lot of threes, which plays perfectly into Nick Smith Jr.'s skill set. He's mainly a 3-point shooter, and he's a guy that's going to take threes when he's on the floor. This season, if you look at 3-pointers allowed per game, Grizzlies are giving up the 4th most 3-pointers allowed per game, and they're also giving up a relatively good amount of threes made per game. Nick Smith Jr. is a guy that, he's going to take a lot of catch and shoot shots. Like when the ball gets passed to him, he's catching it, he's shooting it. Like that's the kind of player that he is. Last 2 games as a starter, Nick Smith Jr. has led the team with 7.5 catch and shoot points in these 2 games. Last game, he had 12 catch and shoot points, and the Grizzlies, in terms of catch and shoot points allowed, or catch and shoot frequency allowed, they're top 5 in catch and shoot frequency allowed. So the Grizzlies also, not only do they give up a lot of 3-point attempts, a lot of 3-pointers made, they also give up a lot of catch and shoot shots. And that's great for Nick Smith Jr., who again relies heavily on catch and shoot threes and stuff like that to get scoring. So I think this matchup plays really well for Nick Smith Jr.'s skill set. He's been playing well the last 2 games as a starter. The minutes have been very good as well. This game does have a big spread. It's a 12.5 point spread, so there is blowout risk here. But Nick Smith Jr. is a young player, and he has played in blowouts this season. So I think even if this game does blow out, Nick Smith Jr. will probably still be on the floor getting minutes in garbage time, which honestly probably wouldn't be a bad thing because if he gets to play in garbage time, he's just going to be chucking up a lot of shots. So I think there's a lot of ways that we can cash this over on Nick Smith Jr. And even if the Hornets come out here and get the crap beat out of them, which is a possibility, although the Hornets have been playing pretty well lately, even if this game does play to the 12.5 point spread and it does wind up being a blowout, we should still see Nick Smith Jr. getting some run late in the game in the 4th quarter because I think he would play in a blowout scenario. So his minutes should be fairly safe here. He's been playing relatively high minutes as a starter the last 2 games, has played well the last 2 games as a starter, now gets another good matchup against a Grizzlies team that gives up a lot of threes, a lot of catch and shoot shots, which sets up perfectly for Nick Smith Jr.'s skill set. Again, last 2 games as a starter, Nick Smith Jr., 7 3-point attempts, 8 3-point attempts. He's a guy that's getting up a lot of threes. So, like that is our 3 plays, guys, for this Wednesday NBA slate. We're going to take Onyeka Okongwu for more than 12.5 points, Daniel Gafford for less than 24.5 PRA, and Nick Smith Jr. for more than 10.5 points. Got 3 plays, keeping it relatively slim. I know it's a 9-game slate, but right now on Prizepicks, we only have props up for 5 of the 9 games, so hard to give out a bunch of plays right now. But as always, I will post more Prizepicks plays for today over on Patreon. If you guys do want access to the Patreon, it's $20 per month, very affordable, and you get the same analysis that I give out in these videos. I just do that in written form on Patreon. So I'll give write-ups for every play I provide on Patreon. I'll give you, usually it's like 5 or 6 plays I'll put out. I'll give like a 5-pick, 6-pick play lineup for Prizepicks, and then I'll usually say okay, of these 5 plays, 6 plays, here's my favorite 2 plays you can put into a lineup as well. So we're posting those on Patreon every single day. If you want to check that out, it's linked down below in the description. We also have a Discord that's available when you do become a Patreon member. But that's all that I got for this Wednesday slate, guys. Good luck as always. Hit that like button if you guys did enjoy this video. Hit that subscribe button as well. And be sure to go check out Prizepicks. If you're not signed up for Prizepicks yet, use that promo code NOAH. When you do, when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So make sure to check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.